Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960 or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews, and Eve 11 enjoys by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 40 podcast platforms, heard in over 100 countries, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music, and more. Also heard on HammerRadio.net, Diamonds FM, Oldies Radio, and a few networks coming soon. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, hoodies, and tote bags and more. Makes great gifts 24/7, plus baseball gear and more. Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today. I'll support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, themikewagnershow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with a terrific lady who's a teacher of spirituality, meditation, yoga, subtle energy, activist, Reiki master, and author of a brand new book. We'll talk about that. She's also guiding and mentoring students for over a decade, and main focus is soulful living retreats, online offerings, and also building community as well. And she's also done some experiences as well too, dedicated to enhancing and improving everyone's lives, bringing people together to basically expand frequencies and also to experience love, life, and truth. And the new book, which is written for yoga students and for those interested in yoga and wanting to understand, explore beyond the physical practices, and contains teachings, practices, personal experiences, more. The book, Yoga Beyond the Physical. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, somewhere outside on the road and taking in just wonderful nature, the author of the book, Beyond the Physical, ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented Crystal Borup. Crystal, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me today.
Well, it's great to have you on board too. And of course, since you be on the road and enjoying nature, this is a really good spot to talk about your book and talk about yourself. You're a teacher of spirituality, your meditation, yoga, also subtle energy, activist, Reiki master, and more. You also are been guiding and mentoring students for over a decade, mainly focusing on soulful living retreats, online offerings, and community as well. And your new book, Yoga Beyond the Physical, is basically written for yoga students or for those who are interested in taking up yoga and wanting to understand more than just yoga, just going beyond as well. And before getting to all that, Crystal, tell us how you first got started.
Wow. I would say about 20 years ago is when I started to develop a regular yoga practice. I dove into meditation as well. And at the time, I mean, I was in my 20s and just very green and very new to yoga, the spiritual world, all of that. So after practicing for some time, I learned that I was gravitating to the teachers who brought in something deeper than just the physical practice. So those who brought maybe a spiritual message, or for those who maybe came with just different practices than the physical asana practice. So that's kind of where it began. I believe it or not, I was living in Las Vegas.
A lot of energy out there, I could tell.
A lot of energy. Yeah, it's a very, very different life than I live now, but I was living in Las Vegas, and that's also where the yoga started. And the energy stuff, it really started with yoga, but it kind of came a little bit later as well. I dove into the energy work really when I became a teacher about 10 years ago. So that's kind of the beginning, but Vegas, I guess,
Mhm.
can take the credit there a little bit.
And how'd you first precisely get involved in yoga, and how'd you first discover it precisely?
Well, the very first time I actually discovered it, I was 19 years old. I was in college and I decided to try out a yoga class in college. And at the time, I just knew it was starting to get popular, but I didn't really understand again what it was. And my girlfriend and I took a class and we couldn't take it serious. We giggled throughout the entire semester and the people
Ah, laughter,
thought
spirituality, it's a good thing.
yeah. So, I mean, we passed the class, but it was challenging, and then it wasn't until I was about 20, I think it was 25 when I took my next yoga class, and I think I was just without really realizing it, I was wanting something that helped me just kind of go within and connect deeper. And even though a lot of the classes back then were more power classes that that I used to take, it still provided this opportunity to go within my body. And a lot of us, especially in our 20s, are very disconnected from our bodies, so it was really helpful for me.
Mhm, and how'd you first precisely get involved into the teachings of yoga? It's like, you gravitate toward teaching and helping. What was that first precise moment that simply influenced you into, getting involved with teaching?
Well, there was something in me that knew I wanted to teach or do more. I dabbled around with coaching for a while, um, and the precise moment was really when I was. It was I was just so deep into my own practice and recognizing the benefits that it had within my being that I just knew that I wanted to be able to explore that deeper and offer that to others. At the time, I was really fearful of teaching and being in public, and so of course I told myself I'm doing it for myself, but I don't know if I'm going to teach. But immediately I started teaching. So
Mhm, and you also proceeded to, have an online community. You also, been teaching, students for over a decade. You also wrote a book as well too. You have an online community and more, and, we'll talk about that. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, one target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson has garnered great reviews and even Levin endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Ford Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com on over 40 podcast platforms, heard in 100 countries. Also on HamiltonRadio.net, Diamonds FM, Oldies Radio, and a few networks coming soon. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok today. For great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson for great books, merchandise, and more. I'll support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with teacher of spirituality, meditation, yoga, and subtle energy activist, Reiki master Crystal Borup here on the Mike Wagner Show with her book Yoga Beyond the Physical. And you also offer not just a book, but also soulful living retreats, online offerings, building communities, and you've been this over a decade. And tell us about the ventures and maybe some of the retreats you offer as well as some online offerings as well.
sure. So, in addition to teaching yoga for the last 10 years, I owned my own yoga studio for a while. I taught yoga teacher trainings and I started to dabble into retreats just a few years ago. So, like many of us, lives changed so much with the pandemic, and I started to shift my focus into, I guess I really went within to see what my own soul desires and longs for. And I really wanted to shift away from the operations of a yoga studio and all that busy work, and really just find a way to help others go really deep. And the best way to do that is within retreats. So my focus has been on soulful living retreats, as you know. So we just had one actually in July. I guess is it still July? Is it August 1st today?
It's, I think we just ventured into August, believe it or not, so I think we just jumped. It's like,
Yeah.
I thought we're in still July, you're right, thanks to the pandemic. First
So
was maybe July 33rd, we don't know.
so I just had a retreat a couple weeks ago. So we'll say that. Out in Washington at this beautiful farm, and it was incredible. But my whole goal going into these retreats is I bring in yoga. So maybe we can talk about what yoga really is, but I
Sure.
bring in the physical practice of yoga, which is what we believe it to be, is like the asana, the physical movement. So we bring in that, but we also go deeper using guided meditations, soul journeying meditations. We do some nature activities to help us connect and unplug from our lives. And I'm sure you know, but the busier we are and the more attached to our cell phones and all of our devices, the harder it is to go within and find that stillness. So these retreats are just a way to unplug and get be connected to what our soul really desires and longs for. So that's kind of where that came about. It's just an opportunity for us to unplug and to go deeper.
Now, did the
And
retreats happen, before or after the, pandemic or during?
well, the retreats started before the pandemic, but they were more focused on the physical practice of yoga. And since the pandemic, I've shifted to go deeper into the soul journeying, is what I call it. And, we do sound healing, we do all the yoga asana practices that we do are really geared for all bodies. I don't like that in our country we've kind of capitalize on fit, healthy bodies, and yoga is really for everyone because the deeper that you go into understanding what yoga is, it's really a connection or an understanding that you are connected with the divine. So whatever the divine is to you,
Mhm,
so it's deeper within.
mm.
And
No,
so
go
asana
ahead, I'm
is
sorry.
oh, that's okay. My the last thing I'll say is that asana, which is a physical practice, is just a tool to help us get there. And originally, it was just designed for to exhaust our body, exhaust our mind, to help prepare us to be able to sit in meditation for longer.
Mhm, but you also said, the real meaning of yoga goes deeper than that, and it's not just sitting there and, physical, you just let out everything out there, but, much more deeper, and, how deep, really is it, and how deep can you go, and is there a limit to it, or is it like, limitless, almost like infinity, or what level does it
Wow,
require?
that's a good question. It feels like it's limitless. You can spend a lifetime, removing all these layers and all these blocks that we have from maybe childhood trauma or, patterns that we've developed or things that we've taken from our parents, or if you believe in past lives, even. And so I really think it's a lifetime of uncovering those veils to help you to connect and go deeper. But at the same time, I think we're in a unique time in history where more and more people are waking up to that truth of who they are. And so I think that it's also possible for everyone. Whereas before, maybe it was just less available to us. So I definitely think that it's possible.
And besides the soulful healing you were talking about, and, what are some other healings, you offer?
Um, well, I used to do a lot of private sessions, but I do less of those now and focus more on the group stuff. So the online stuff that I do. I have some yoga classes, meditation classes, and then the part of the community package is if you join the full community, then we do guided soul journey meditations together. So those are the main things. In the retreats, we do a lot of sound healing. I still do some individual sessions, but I do more group work than anything now.
Okay, and also, how does one, find out more about the treat, and, how does one sign up?
Well, on my website, so crystalborup.com. It's really simple. Right now I've got 4 retreats in the works. I have one out in Joshua Tree, California. I have one in the Tetons, which is actually where my husband and I live now. And then I have one in Washington, and Sayulita, Mexico is next on the docket, which I'm not sure of the date of that one yet. But and then all my offerings are there as well. A lot of them, because we're traveling this summer, we put I put a few things on hold, so a lot of things will be starting up again in September.
And we're certainly looking forward to it as well too. We'll talk about the book Yoga Beyond the Physical with Crystal Borup in just a minute. Listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SoundCloud Studios. Visit online at SoundCloudStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor, the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. We'll be back with the author of the book Yoga Beyond the Physical, Crystal Borup, after this time out. We're back with Crystal Borup, the author of Yoga Beyond the Physical, also spirituality teacher, meditation, subtle energy activist, Reiki healer. Crystal Borup here on the Mike Wagner Show. And before we talk about your book, Yoga Beyond the Physical, you also dedicated to enhancing and enriching lives of others as well too. And you also help experience the frequencies of love, life, and truth. And explain about the whole frequencies from your end.
Sure. So the deeper that you go into your practice, into your meditation, into your soul journey, we'll call it, the really the only thing, the thing that is there that we all discover is love. It's love and light, and it's truth from a place of an inner knowing. It's not this truth from a knowledge from what we've learned and obtained over the years. So the deeper that we go, we get in touch with that inner truth, that inner peace, and within that, we let go of all the things that keep us bound, all the things that keep us from being free. Which I mean, it's pretty obvious that our country as a whole, we're very divided still in a lot of ways, and we have all these strong
Oh,
opinions. And in my experience, that when we can go within, we feel love for ourselves and love for others, and we can let go of all the judgments and the strong opinions that keep us separate from each other. And we start to see that we're all humans, we're all having this experience together, and we're all doing the best that we can. So now, how do we take, how do we provide an opportunity for us to go within, away from all of the distractions, so that we can find love again, so we can find that light in our hearts and be able to see that in the hearts of others.
just a bit more frequencies, and this is came to mind as well too. Do you think we're at too high for frequency or not enough frequency? And is there a way that we can get the frequencies of balance? I'm hearing like from one side, like 432 is the ideal frequency. It's like, do you think there's too much, and how do we get it to balance?
Um, I don't think there's too much. I think that things are just shifting, and so it feels out of whack, right? It feels a little bit crazy because things are shifting so quickly, and to many of us, it just feels really chaotic. But I do feel like if we all come together and do our part, which is to go within and find stillness and find that place where we can begin to connect with ourselves and each other, that's going to help things balance out naturally. So, you know, no pressure on anyone, but at the same time, we've got a lot of work to do as a species, as humans.
And of course, the new book as well too, Yoga Beyond the Physical, talking about it's written for yoga students and for those who are interested, wanting to go deeper, wanting to understand more, and going beyond like the physical. Also contains teachings and practices and personal experiences from your end and their ends. And tell us a bit more about the book and what was your purpose in writing the book?
Sure. So there's a couple purposes for the book. So one was to give my students, whether it was in yoga trainings or just my regular following, give them a tool to be able to use when they're not in class, that they can practice on their own. Because there's a lot of really great things in there that I've learned over the years that are very beneficial to me, have been for me and my students as well. So it's really for my students, and I guess the other thing would be, well, to bring more awareness, of course, to my offerings, and also just to kind of help people understand a little bit more what yoga really is. So that was really important for me in the book, which is why I left the physical practice out of the book, so that people could see that, oh, wow, like the yoga that I thought was yoga really isn't even yoga. It's just a tool to help get you to yoga, to that union.
Hmm. Yeah. It also has a book contains the teachings and also practices and personal experiences. Maybe just like maybe cover one or two of like the teachings, practices, personal experiences. Maybe just I'll cover a bit or two about it.
Sure, sure. You want to do a practice?
Sure, I'm all for it.
Why not? Okay, let's see. I don't have my book even next to me right now, but
It's it's okay. Improvisation is good, and we feel the spirit of improvisation coming. So here
yes.
we go.
Okay, so you're sitting, I can tell. So
I'm
go ahead and
sitting.
close your eyes
Hmm.
and just take a couple of deep breaths on your own. And as you breathe deeply, just start to feel your whole body relax. Feel your feet on the earth. And just take a moment to even connect with the earth beneath you. And as you breathe deeply, we're going to inhale through our nose and allow your breath to travel all the way down into your belly, feeling your belly and your lungs expand. And on your exhale, go ahead and let them release, following your breath all the way back out your nose. And just do that a couple more times, then we'll move into our pranayama practice. But this is just a nice way to get grounded. Good.
I'm feeling this
And
already.
you're feeling the ease already, aren't you? Okay. Good. So we're gonna do something called equal breathing.
Hmm.
It's- Honestly, it's so simple, but it's one of the most powerful practices, in my opinion. So this time on your inhale, go ahead and count to 4,
Okay.
and then pause. Okay, I see your fingers. Great. And then pause for 4, and then exhale for 4, and pause for 4. And then do that just a couple more rounds on your own. And the count really is up to you as long as all parts are equal and there's no strain.
Feeling better, Ray, especially for our listening audience. So I want the listening audience to go along with our video audience too. So don't think we just crapped out or anything like that. We want the audience to go along. So as you can tell, I'm feeling a lot better. So
I mean, that's just like a very simple breath practice, obviously, but there's a lot of breath practices. There's some meditations in there, there's mantras. I'm really big into Sanskrit, which is a powerful practice. If you haven't chanted Sanskrit before, every Sanskrit syllable holds a vibration. So whether you know the meaning or not, it's doing something energetically to your body as you chant or listen, or even silently repeat. So there's a lot of great stuff in there.
that is certainly amazing too. And where can we find the book Yoga Beyond the Physical at?
You can find it on my website, again, crystalborup.com, or you can order it through Amazon.
Okay, we'll certainly do so. We're here with the author of Yoga Beyond the Physical, Crystal Borup, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And just a few more things, Crystal. What else can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond?
Mm. Well, really, I'm just going to be focusing mainly on all of the soulful living retreats and building the online offering. So that's kind of the main thing. I really think it's important to develop community. So whether we're online together or we're in retreat together or both, I think that as we move into this kind of weird new era that we've been in where more people are remote and we're less around people, I think it's important to really have something that's support, that is energetically supportive as well. So my group, we kind of hold this container in this space energetically for each other to support and to heal and to really just go deeper into our soul. So that's really my focus. Other than that, that's about it. A little more traveling for me. My husband and I are going to be building a house soon, and staying busy as always.
That's going to be amazing. And we're certainly looking forward to it and wishing you all the best. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Oh my gosh, my biggest influence. Oh goodness. There's probably a couple, but I've been working the last 4 years with this woman named Joan German, and she's been very influential in my in developing my psychic abilities and going deeper into the subtle energies. So she's been a huge help. So
Amazing. That's amazing. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
um, I would say if you wanted just one thing to start with, it would be if you change the quality of your breath, you'll change the quality of your life. So conscious breathing will definitely pay off in the long run.
I certainly like that. That's very unique. We'll certainly put that into practice. We're here with author Crystal Borup here on the Mike Wagner Show with Yoga Beyond the Physical, teacher of spirituality, meditation, yoga, and more. Crystal, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact? Where can people purchase or check out your book or check out your services?
Sure. So again, it's crystalborup.com. Crystal is easy to spell, but Borup is Borup. And you can find out all my services, my book there, or you can order the book on Amazon as well.
We will certainly do so. Once again, Crystal, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Glad to have you back. We wish you all best. And you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. It's so great to meet you and be on your show.